could be erased. Laid to waste. Laid to waste. Time takes what you want. Your hands were made for letting go. I can no longer let you drag me below. I'm sick of writing this down. You'll never read these words. Cross it out, cross it out. Write what you want to be heard. Quick, this motherfucker's at it again. Acting like
Hey, this is Teresa again, and today I'm here with Davey from Vanna. Hi, Davey.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great.
So you're on tour with Beartooth and Trashbow.
Yep.
How is it going so far?
Awesome. It's probably one of the best tours we've ever done over here. Not only are the shows sold out and just wild, but we get to be on tour with Beartooth, which is like some of our best friends in the entire world, like the greatest people ever. And Trashbow's awesome too. We just met them, got to know them a lot, so they're really cool. So it's cool being on tour because half of touring is getting to know and being friends with the people that you get to tour with. The other half is playing. So it's been cool to spend some good time over here with our good friends.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
And I guess you like playing in every country you go to, but do you have really the favorite one? Like the venue, city, country?
I was saying earlier to you guys, Prague's my favorite city. It's like our favorite city to walk around and just kind of enjoy. We've spent the most time walking around Prague than any other city in Europe. So I really, really enjoy being in Prague. It's just so much history here and just amazing architecture and stuff. And the night scene is pretty cool, and the kids are awesome at Prague shows. In general, kids in Europe are just way more appreciative of music.
Yeah.
Not to say that kids in America aren't. They just get it more. They're kind of spoiled with all the bands they get. In Europe, we're hearing on this tour, kids we went to Helsinki, and kids were saying they were waiting 5 years, 6 years to see our band play, which is
That's awesome.
crazy to me. So it's just cool to connect with people across the world through music. And I think that Europeans, they sort of embody the spirit of what music can really do, and the power it has. So, not to say American kids don't, but we are for sure spoiled with all the bands that we already have.
Get it. Yeah, and do you have some song that when you play it, you're sure that people gonna get crazy?
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like we have crazy songs, and then we have passionate songs, I guess. So on this tour, whenever we play Mutter, kids go absolutely crazy. But then when we play Flower, kids just sing along and put their arms around each other, and it's a really cool thing. So yeah, we kind of have the both vibes of our band, I guess, is sort of what I'm kind of realizing. And there's definitely there's a couple songs in our set Circle the Flame and Mutter and stuff off our new record that even if you've never heard it before, I dance on stage. You can't help it, you know what I mean? So I know the kids are gonna get down to that stuff. So yeah, all the new songs on the new record have really done super well over here. We're really excited about the response from it, and kids singing the words. Kids in Helsinki were the entire room was singing words to the new record, and I just was why is this happening? This is crazy. So yeah, it's always if it isn't crazy, it isn't a Vanna show.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see you because I never seen you before. So
cool. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight.
Yeah, and I looked at Instagram yesterday, and I seen pretty few people having tattoos of your lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? It's pretty awesome, right?
It's
that
crazy.
Someone is
it gives me I got chills
work.
just now even thinking about it. It's crazy to think somebody wants to get my words or our artwork on them forever, that's nuts. I have a bunch of band tattoos, and I know what it means to want that on you. So the fact that these kids want to get that kind of stuff on them is crazy to me. I take a picture of every single one of them that I see. My entire phone is a collection of Vanna tattoos, It's amazing. And it means a lot. And that, I guess in a way, it kind of it's the ultimate compliment, you know what I mean? To get something solidified on you forever I think it's the ultimate compliment. So when I see kids with Vanna tattoos, I just like freak out on them. I'm like, can I take a picture of you? And like over here with the language barrier, sometimes they don't know what I'm saying. I'm like, no, I want a picture of your tattoo. Like I need that. You know, and I don't necessarily post all of them, but like when I'm like having like a kind of like shit day at home or I'm just traveling, like just going through my photos and looking at, you know, tour and everything, and then seeing like tattoos and stuff, like really makes it brings everything in perspective and makes my day a little bit better. So you know, when I tend to forget why I'm out here and what we're doing, all I have to do is look at that and be like, oh yeah, it's awesome.
And what tattoos do you have, if you can tell us, like the band tattoos?
I have like 4 Vanna tattoos. I have a strife tattoo. I have an American football tattoo. I have a Converge tattoo, a Smiths tattoo, an MXPX tattoo. I don't know what else I have. Trying to think. I think yeah, I have a lot of tattoos, but I mean I have a good amount of band tattoos, and I plan on getting a lot more. Music's super important to me, so it's kind of what brought me here today. So yeah.
And you also, apart from being a musician, you also do pretty cool and interesting stuff.
Yeah.
One of the things is that you go to schools and you teach kids about mental health stuff and depression. Can you tell people who never heard of?
Yeah, so a few years ago, I just kind of got into telling my story of, you know, growing up, and not that there's anything necessarily special or weird. I have a very like odd, you know, story from birth to now. And not that it's like special in any way about me, it's just I think it's important to share your stories, because through this band, my whole life has changed. My whole, you know, mentality about music and seeing the world has changed, because I've met kids that have said, thank you for sharing your story through your lyrics and stuff. And I never really thought that was important, you know. I always thought that, you know, dudes in bands are just cool guys. And, you know, it took a lot of kids to tell me, like, hey, you know, this song you wrote about depression or suicide or you know, or divorce or anger, it helped me out. And it took me a really long time to realize, like, wow, okay, so maybe sharing my life is important. And it kind of, you know, from one way or another, I started speaking to people about it, and then I started speaking at schools. And it's what I do full time now outside of the band. I go to high schools and middle schools and colleges, and I talk for like an hour, like I'm an assembly. Like you get called down for an assembly and there's like a speaker, and you're like, usually it's like boring and you're gonna sleep through it. Like I'm that guy. Like I'm the guy that's standing there. And it's cool because as soon as I get down there and they see me, they're like, oh, who is this dude, you know? And most of the time they don't even know who Vanna is. Like sometimes I'll walk on stage and there'll be kids like, what are you doing here? Because they know the band. But most of the time it's not even about the band. It's not about popularity. It's about what I've learned and what I've gone through. So it's cool to be able to share my life in another way. So basically what I always just tell people is I'm just trying to bring the values I learned in punk rock to kids that are never going to go see punk rock. And as a result of that, sometimes like a lot of the kids come out to the shows and stuff when I come back around to the cities. So yeah, it's kind of my work now. And if you told me a few years ago, like, you're gonna start going to high schools and talking to kids, I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna go do that. But it's really cool, and it's worked out really well, and it's really changed my life for the better. And I'm a very different person now because of it. So it's something that, you know, I love doing, you know. So I kind of, like, when people ask me what I do for a living, I just tell people I never shut up. I just continue to just talk, yell, sing, whatever
also
I do.
it's a very important topic, you know. So
I think it's important because a lot of these kids in these high schools, some of them don't have friends. Some of them don't have anybody, to the point where, like, their parents can be divorced and they think they're the only people in the world with divorced parents because they don't know anybody. And if I get up there and tell them about all the stuff that I've gone through, and, you know, they hear that and they go, oh, this guy's parents are divorced, or he went through depression or suicidal, and then they see other kids reacting to it, go, oh, you were too, and oh my God, and it makes the world a lot smaller of a place, and it makes it easier for us to get through those hard times, I think.
Yeah, and you also have a clothing brand.
Yeah.
Is it still on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now we took the site down right now for rebuilding for the new year, but it's called Shovel Brand. So it's like most of our clothes are a 1-for-1. But it's a clothing brand just like any other clothing brand there is, but we when we print a shirt for you and we send it to you, or sweatpants or joggers or a beanie or a hat, we print another one and it goes to a teen center in my city. So whenever you buy something, not only are you wearing it, but a homeless teen in need is wearing it, because you know, going there and volunteering and going through the clothes, you realize that donating clothes is really great, but a lot of times they're old, they're out of date, they're kind of gross, and these kids are teenagers, and like, think about when we were teenagers, like, you just wanted to be cool, you just want to wear cool stuff, you know. It's hard enough being a teenager, let alone being a homeless teenager, you know. You know, we want these kids to still go to school, try to get jobs, have boyfriends, have girlfriends, but we expect them to wear like rags, you know. So my whole thing was like, well, I've been doing merch in bands for years, and I used to run a clothing company. I could easily help out and figure this out. So we just had to figure it out, and yeah, it's called Shovel Brand, and shovelbrand.org is the new shovelbrand.org is the new website for it, and so yeah, when it goes back up, everything you see on there will be a 1-for-1 donation, and you know, and then anything that isn't a 1-for-1 on there, like some of the bigger items, we just take all of the money, and at the end of the month we print as many things as we can. And it's cool because like giving those clothes to those kids, their like eyes light up and they get to like wear like some really, really cool stuff. So it's just like another way to like try to help people out. And it's like, I think there's a direct correlation between like looking good and feeling good. You know, if you look good, you feel good, maybe you'll do better in school, maybe you'll get that job, and maybe you'll be able to get out of that homeless center and do something with your life, you know. You know, these kids aren't, you know, beggars. They deserve the same chances everybody deserves. So I've kind of like, between speaking at schools and Vanna and Shovel Brand, that's sort of my like whole life now. And it's cool because for me it's rewarding in a few ways, because so many people have gotten behind me and our company and have helped out and done really big orders, and whole schools have gotten behind us and said they want to do a giant order for their whole school and everything. So it's really cool to see like human nature in a positive way, wanting to help, because so many people want to help, but sometimes I just don't think they just know how to help, and you just got to give them a little direction. So yeah, and we ship international too.
Oh,
so
cool.
if
So
anyone,
guys,
anybody in Prague, in Europe, in Canada, everywhere, we ship international. So when our new site goes up, please you know, please grab some. And the cool part is you get to wear this shirt or beanie or whatever it is you bought, and we kept it all like very like logo based, so when someone goes, what is that, you have an opportunity to tell somebody what this is and how they can help. So it's just a constantly spreading a message.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
so the last questions, you have 2 more weeks on tour, I guess.
Yes.
So what are your plans when you get back? It's gonna be Christmas, and after that,
yeah,
what do you do, guys?
it's gonna be Christmas, and so I'm gonna go to Canada to spend Christmas with my in-laws. I'm really excited to go there. It's going to be very cold. And then we have a big Christmas show with 4 Year Strong at home at the Palladium, at our like home venue. So that'll probably be sold out, and I'm really looking forward to you know, playing. 4 Year Strong and us always do holiday shows. We usually do them separately, and this year we're doing it together, which is very, very cool. So we're going to be doing that, and then I go home and I'm going to be working in my studio a lot. I got a couple records coming up that I'm going to be doing, and then Vanna has a couple tricks up our sleeves. We got some things that we're going to be working on for 2017, and then we'll be back on tour in the springtime, and then hopefully our hope is to come back to Europe early next year. We haven't been here since 2014 with Being as an Ocean, and that was too long. We waited too long. We got really busy in the States with Warped Tour and a new record, but now everything's settled down. We really want to come back to Europe, so hopefully we'll be back here. Hopefully we'll be back here when it's not so cold.
Come here in the summer or spring.
I love the summer here. I love the summer here.
Yeah, so do you want to say something to our Czech fans over here?
Thank you guys for always supporting us here in Czech Republic. We love this place so much. Make sure you come back and see us at a show. Log on to Shovel Brand, and if you can help out, that would be awesome. And hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah, so this was David from Vanna. Thank you very much for the interview, and see you next time.
Awesome, thank you.
Bye, guys.